guy, and I have 7 knives to sharpen for a chef. He's a repeat customer, and he brings me his knives maybe every couple months to get sharpened for him. So I have you on my little chest harness, and I'm going to take you through my process of sharpening some knives. So first thing I'm going to do, since I had to readjust my angle, is make sure both angle guides are set at the proper angle for what I want to sharpen. So since I'm using 2 machines, I'm using a ruler to act as an extension of my platen. So I'm not worried about this number so much, but I zero this out. And then, okay, so this one's about 16.9. I want to sharpen these at 17 degrees. This is fine right here. You don't have to worry about too much, but since we're on video, if you want it at 17 exactly, I'm just using some pliers to loosen this. I have some grip tape on it so I don't mar the knurling. So my initial is going to be at 17. Perfect. And I'm just going to tighten this. So since I'm using 2 machines, I want to make my other machine slightly higher to make sure I'm hitting the apex. So there we at 17. Now we'll see what this machine is set at. Let's say a little bit less, so I'll loosen this all the way. So I'm using this ruler. So this platen is too short for my angle guide to sit on to give me a real measurement. So I'm using this ruler. Robert, how's it going, dude? Thank you so much for joining us. So apparently this is 1 degree off from the other one. That's no big deal. All right, let's reset it. Okay, so now this is 0. And so my first machine was at 17. I'm going to set this to like 17.2. You always want it a little bit higher. You're using a magnetic to hold your angle guide. This angle guide is magnetic. So, Donald, how's it going? So my first machine is at 17, and if you use 2 machines and you set the second one less, you're never hitting the actual apex. So since I'm going with a finer grit, so I think 17.3 might be good. Donald, how's it going? 17.2. Perfect. Awesome. I'm just going to tighten this down. All right, still at 17.2. I like it. So the main reason why you do that is because the Cubitrons, or usually your initial belts are going to be thicker, and these Trizecs are thinner. So even if they're at the same angle, it won't hit the apex when you refine it. So that's the only reason why. All right, so I have a 120 grit Cubitron belt here, 600 here. Then I have my leather wheel. I got 3 micron diamond spray. I'll load this up, and it'll dry before we get to it, which is great. And this is always edge trailing. So for my sharpening, it's always edge leading, but obviously for refining the edge, it's edge trailing. Just moving that mat a little bit closer. All right, guys. So I sharpened for this chef before, so I'm barely gonna take off any metal, which is awesome. I will be wearing a respirator, so I do have my microphone on, so hopefully you guys can hear me okay. All right, so here's the respirator. And let's see how it goes. And let me know if you guys like the camera angle, if you want a fixed position. I figured having you guys on a chest mount would be pretty easy. Alright, got my ear pro on. Alright. So I always have light. Hopefully you guys can hear me okay. Alright guys, let's get to it. And just like that, we already have a Burr because I already sharpened for this chef before. That looks great. If you guys are enjoying this, hit that thumbs up. It definitely helps promote the channel, and the algorithm lets other people see this as well. Okay, and I'm checking every time to make sure I have a Burr. Okay, on the Burr, I'm missing a Burr right here. It's not as strong and prominent as I like. Very light pressure. Working on the tip a little bit. Alright, that looks really good. I like it. Since I've sharpened for this chef before, it's the same angle. I'll clean all this up. So I take out very little metal. We're checking for a Burr. This looks pretty good. There's a couple little chips I see. There we go. Thank you very much. Alright, so we have a Burr. Can you guys see that okay? Can you guys see like that white line? That is a Burr. 3 knives down. Yeah, this one gets used a lot for meat. Okay, we're missing a lot of the Burr right here. It just shows where the chef uses his knife more than the others. So it's still jagged. We're missing a Burr in the middle. We have a Burr here. It's all scattered. This is probably one of his most favorite knives. And what I'm gonna do with this wood handle, I'm gonna put some wood conditioner on it for him as well.
This looks good. I don't have a burr here at the very curve, so probably one more pass. I think we got it. Very good, I like it. I don't like that. I'm gonna hit it one more time. This spot right here isn't clean. There we go. That's probably his most used knife, so it has a lot more damage than the others. This one looks pretty good. I see a little chip over here. Very good. Yeah, I see a little chip right here. Let me show you. So you see that? That's a little chip. I'm just going to have to probably do one more pass on. It's small, but I notice it. I just want to give the customer the best sharpening that they can get. There we go. Very good. 2 more knives with the 120 grit. Did you set the second machine at a higher? Donald, I set it to a higher grit. You always want to go slightly higher than your initial one. So this is at 17 degrees. That's at 17 too. I see a couple little chips. Hopefully one more pass will do it. Gabo! How are you, dude? Life is good. My wife gave birth to our kid 3 months ago, so we're just living good, man. The kid pukes on me every day. He craps on me, so it's all good. How are you? This looks good. Awesome. Gabo, it's great seeing you, dude. Yeah, so I've been slowly upgrading a little bit of my sharpening equipment. I put this, I still have the paper towels. I'm still trying to think of the best way to work on the dust collection. But I put some of this beautiful wood on its live edge. And now this is all one unit. It works amazing. So hopefully, Donald, you can hear me. This is a slightly higher angle, just to really make sure I hit that apex. Oh, sweet, dude. I didn't think you had a girlfriend last time I chatted with you, man. Everyone, this is a 600 grit Trizec belt. This is to refine the edge. Alright. So, I have plans for my, wrapping station, Gabo. Yeah, dude, I have some stuff here, and I'm gonna hang it on the wall to make my wrapping burrito station a lot better. So I think you'd be the most happy about that. Okay, so, yeah, it's been a while since I've done a live stream, so that's awesome, dude. Have you been sharpening knives at all? Sorry, my camera angle is not in view. I apologize. Sorry for the but why 17 and not 20 just for a more slicey knife? Richard, 17 is a really good balance of sharpness and longevity. And 20 is fine, but this is all experimental and sharpener's preference. So I just like 17 because all my customers get a really good finish from it. On Japanese knives, I go either 13 to 15, so more cute. But I think 20 is just too thick behind the edge for what my customers like. Now, my angle guide's completely adjustable, so I can change it to whatever I want. Best finishing grit or angle for Victoria's opponent. I don't know what the best is. It's working with your customer. This customer, I mean, I've been sharpening for 17 with him for over a year, and he's been loving it. I had this Japanese restaurant reach out to me, and they have Victorinox knives, and they wanted as sharp as I could get it. So I dropped it down to 13 degrees, and it's very sharp, but it didn't last long because it's so thin. So it's all experimenting and finding out with your client what they prefer. So for my experience and my customers, they like the sorry, this machine is in my way. My customers like 17, and they haven't had any complaints with it. But your customers may like more of a sharper edge, or I say thinner. I wouldn't say sharper, just thinner, but it won't last as long. So it's just a balance. So sorry for the vague answer. It's just so dependent on what the sharpener and customers like. No, this was the same microphone. How's it sound? Oh no, I have a different mask. I'll show you like the mask that I'm using. Does the microphone, well, does my voice sound better or worse? My face still looks ugly, so I can't fix my face. Thanks, Richard. Sorry, yeah, I like 17, buddy. Finishing grit. Victorinox knives are not the most high-end knives, but they're very durable. I think 600 grit's fine. When I sharpen with a Shun or Miyabi or other Japanese knives, I'll go up to 1200 for more of a refined edge. Okay. So we're all done with that. Okay, so I'm gonna cut this over here. Looks good. There we go. Boom, boom. All right. So then I'm going to bring my leather over here. So 348 people, that's pretty rad. Thanks for watching, everyone. Alright, so now I'm just taking the burr off with my leather wheel. And I'll be doing a test cut. I'm applying a little pressure, nothing too crazy. I really want to make sure that that burr is completely removed. And I'll be doing a test cut. So I am also going to, yeah, these two wood handles, I'll put some of that wood conditioner on as well. So, lots of people are watching, it's rad. If you guys give this video a thumbs up, it definitely helps promote the channel. And definitely helps me, just get out there more to more people who can watch this. Thank you guys. Gabo has been a long-time viewer and friend of my channel, so he's been amazing to have and a great contact. How is everyone liking this chest mount view? I know it's not always in frame. So when you use the leather wheel, always edge trailing. And you need some sort of abrasive on it. So I like diamond stone, or diamond ceramic. I'm sorry, diamond spray. And it embeds into the leather wheel, but I'm also going to switch it up and try, what is it, Gen D emulsion. That looks good. So I have another experimental wheel I'll be trying on. So I'm checking to make sure the burr is removed. Don't use a Dremel. That mark is someone trying to use a Dremel to sharpen this, and yeah, look at that. Don't do that. Dremels are bad. They have a specific case, but not for sharpening knives. I use it for polishing sometimes, but yeah. You have to go on low speed with Dremels or they'll overheat like the knife and burn it on. Looks good. So I'm going to wipe everything down with some isopropyl alcohol. I'll put some wood conditioner on the two wooden handles. So you guys have been very patient. Let's do a test cut after this. Make sure everything cuts very, very well. I like it. Alright. Ear pro's coming off.
You guys, so here's my new respirator. Very expensive, but I get a better seal on it, so I like it. So I still have some extra backup ones up there, but yeah, it's always good to have some extra spare ones. All right, so I'm gonna grab some magazine paper. It's always good to get some thin magazine paper. All right. gonna spray it down. Moment of truth. Just sharpened. Yeah, that's very, very sharp. Very slicey. Very, very good. I hope you guys can see how fast and how sharp a belt sander can get you for sharpening if you do it like the right way. So, I know belt sanders get a bad rap for burning and ruining knives, and it's true, but it's just user error. Whew, I like it. I like it. If you guys like how these test cut, please give it a thumbs up. I'm very happy on how they came out. All right, let's spray these down with some isopropyl alcohol. I like doing it because there's metal shavings. This chef leaves some food on his knives, which is fine. It's no big deal. Chris, thank you for joining, dude. And then if there's any water spots, the isopropyl alcohol will help take those off. But I always tell my customers to use soap and water after I'm done sharpening, and before they use it. So just for sanitary reasons. This is just making sure all the metal shavings are completely off. Chris, was this a beneficial for you? Seeing like the live stream? I don't usually oil my customers' handles, but this one looks pretty good to actually do. I have it. Sometimes I just forget that I have that up there, but yeah. Do you mainly get business from businesses or also? Most of my business comes from individuals, but every time I go out to a restaurant to eat, I always give them like my business card. So a little trick, well, I'm gonna say a little trick, just if you're a sharpener and you want to sharpen for restaurants, don't give your business card to the waiter or waitress, because that's what I did. And most of the time they don't care. So what I've been saying or doing, you bring your business cards with you, and you can either just start grinding and going to the businesses, or if you eat there, tell them, hey, I'm a knife sharpener. Can I talk to the manager or the head chef? Before I would say, can I just talk to the manager? And then the waitress thought they were in trouble. So picking the right wording to say, and I've gone to way more restaurants actually when I actually talk to the head manager or the head chef. So, but most of my customers are from just individuals that find me on Google. Chris, I'm a very simple man. I'm not the smartest, so I try to explain it how someone would want to explain it to me. I'm not the best multitasker, so sometimes I go off on tangents when I sharpen and then try to explain things, so sometimes you guys have to reel me back in on that. So, all right, sweet. So everything's wiped down. I'll show you over here. And these are all the metal shavings. We did 7 knives, and that's not a lot, actually. Hopefully, you guys, if I can try and compile everything. For 7 knives, and this customer hasn't seen me quite a while, it's not a lot. I also have a magnet down here to help catch them. It's like Pokemon, you have to catch them all. So this is the wood conditioner that I use. I like doing maybe 2 to 3 coats on each knife, but you have to let it sit for a while. So I'll just do like a little bit here. And all this does is rehydrates like the wood handle, so make sure it doesn't crack over time or spald. And it leaves a very nice finish to it as well. So you just need a little bit. I just use a paper towel to rub it in. How's it going? Yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Hopefully this is, I've been meaning to do more of these live streams. My wife just had a kid 3 months ago, so we're just trying to work on the work-life balance between sharpening and live streams and all that, so. But hopefully, so it leaves a nice little polish to it as well. Hopefully you guys can see that. this looks like it's the same thing. So obviously you have to let, so one on the right's dry without any conditioner on it, and the one on the left has a conditioner. So it looks a lot better. And so I'll just let this dry for a second. I'll probably add a second coating as well. So we'll just set that aside. And then after I'm done sharpening, I put each knife in its own little protective sleeve. So this is a private chef for in Truckee, in Martis Camp. So he goes through thousands of pounds of meat and food and veggies each month. So how are the nights with the small one? Gabo, it's tough, man. It's tough, not gonna lie. So he'll wake up twice a night, which is a lot better than before. So my wife will feed him, but I'll help change him. So we're both up. We try to take turns. It's just tough, but it's good though. Like he's finally starting to like notice me and smile, which is awesome. So, you know, he's just not a pile of cells right now. So he's slowly growing. So it's cool. Like my wife was crying. He's growing out of his infant clothes. So I was like, he's getting big. I'm like, it's fine. That's cool. That's a great way to work. That's cool and a great way to get your... Yeah, I like it. So there are times where I actually just hustle and I just go to businesses without eating there. But it's just picking like, you know, like the right words. I probably gave it my card out to like 20 restaurants. My wife and I like to eat out, and they never called me back. Then I was like, let me just talk to someone who's in charge of making choices. I mean, no disrespect to like waitresses or waiters, just they weren't passing my card out or they weren't hustling for me. So let me be the one who can talk to people. And once I started talking to the waiter or to the executive chefs and managers, then I started getting their business. And then and even though like restaurants won't refer me or they won't hire me, they'll still keep my card, and then other chefs or other restaurants, like they all talk and they'll pass out your card for you. So, all right, these look amazing. I like it. Hopefully you guys can see what the difference with that little polish does, and you don't need a lot. Awesome. All right. I'll do one final cut test because it's always fun cutting a very sharp knife. So I think my fingers got a little on the blades of them, so just wipe them down. Thank you everyone for joining in. Oh, it's this one. I'm gonna try and do more of these live streams. So I just try to do it when the baby's sleeping. So, all right. So for everyone who has joined, final cut test. I think since I've been loading my leather wheel up with that diamond compound more, I'm really making sure that the burr's off. My cut tests have been really good. Gabo, it's good seeing you, dude. Sorry. Hopefully you can just catch the last of the burrito. So I'll make sure everything's good for you, buddy. I'm glad everything's going well. And have a good night, dude. Very good. All right. Sweet. So that's all done. So next thing. I have these custom-made knife sleeves. All right. Oh, gotta go big. Very good. So when you test a knife, never use like your thumb to test it, because our hands are leather essentially, and you can dull it over time. A good way is to, let's see if I can get in frame, take your thumb or a fingernail, put the knife on it, and I'm trying to drag it across so it's biting in. If it's dull, it'll just slide across. So if it's a sharp knife, it'll bite in and you can't really move it too well on your thumb. That means it's sharp and it's biting in. So just, if you see, it's just an easy way to do it. Just make sure you don't cut yourself. That's all. But I test every knife on a piece of paper, make sure it cuts very, very cleanly, which it does. It doesn't hang up. And I'm just cutting off the excess. Do maybe this guy will fit, maybe not. Get in frame. Ah, perfect. Very good. Very good. So I also do accept mail-in knife orders. If anyone wants to send me their knives to sharpen, you guys can reach me at thenifeguyreno.com. All right, so let's see. Give him. All right, so then we're gonna wrap these up. So this is a term coined by Gabo. Vinny, let's see. Do you give your customers a written receipt, or is it electronic, or? Donald, I don't do any receipts. I do have a invoice maker, but usually just restaurants want that. But yeah, most people don't worry about the receipt, and most pay in cash, which is awesome. But I do accept cash, check, Zelle, or Venmo. I do charge a credit card fee if they want to use a credit card. What else? But no, most people don't ask for a receipt, but I do have some, so that's why I bought the invoice maker. So, all right, so toss a little swag in there, nice little sticker, and then I'm just gonna wrap these up with like a nice little burrito. I staggered like the knives, half the handles go this way, half to go here, so hopefully over time it'll just even out. Very good. Cool. And then I got this little guy here. Got my little sticker. Rue Dog, what's going on? I get them shipped from overseas. There's no company here that I can find that actually, I have 6 different size sheaths, and so they all say like the same thing. So I have like my logo, Vinny Mergolo, and my phone number on it. So maybe I should add like my website, but I get them from Alibaba. So they're the only place that can make them in custom sizes, and they're so cheap. So I wish I could buy here locally. They just don't. There is companies that make them out there, but they're not a custom size fits all, unfortunately. So it just, I'm sorry, it is a one size fits all, and I can't add my logo or make it customizable. So that's the only downside. All right, just pushing the knives to the other side a little bit. I swear, this is like the hardest part. Having this phone in my face, I'm trying to wrap. It looks like I'm retarded. Cool. All right, and now I just got this. Actually, I'm very happy with myself. I got a care cards. So people have been asking me what is the best way to maintain like their knives. So I created this little care card, and pretty much it's very basic, but you know, always keep your knives clean and dry, which hopefully most people do, but people leave them in the sink and they get discolored or rusted. Next one is hand wash with warm soapy water and avoid abrasive sponges. Hand wash only, never use the dishwasher, and use non-abrasive sponges to reduce the amount of scratches. Use wood or plastic cutting boards. I know there's like the titanium ones that don't leach any microplastics, but they ruin knives, and never use your countertop. So just being very smart. Jim, what's up, buddy? Let's see. I don't want to read the whole thing to you, but yeah, we have just some basic knife care stuff in here. So Jim, I'm about wrapping up. So, all right. And then, coolest little thing, I got my own little loyalty card. So, 7 knives. Trying to zoom in. I have my nice little knife logo. Give him one more since he's been good. So, cool. So, got my a loyalty card, business card, and then knife care sheet. So, I mean, he's a chef, so he has great skills of keeping like the knives clean and stuff. But I started doing that with every customer now. Jim, how's it going, dude? And tie a nice little bow on it to make it like a little present. So I appreciate everyone tuning in. We're pretty much wrapped up with these knives right here. And then I use my 3rd grade handwriting. Sweet. All right. Take you guys out of here. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for tuning in. I'm Vinny. This is what I had you guys on, the little chest mount today. But this is my little sharpening setup. So if you guys need any of your knives sharpened, please reach out at thenifeguyreno.com, or you can find me on the socials at thenifeguyreno on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. Hopefully I'll get some more knives in. I just did a few others today. I just didn't record it. All right, guys. Have a great day. Bye.